Well, roughly 70% of soybean value comes from protein-rich soybean meal. Research funded by the North Carolina Soybean Producers Association and the United Soybean Board is working to increase yield and also protein levels to meet demand. Dr. Anna Locke with North Carolina State University joins us now with an update. And thanks for taking the time to talk with us, Professor. First of all, can you tell us a little bit more about the research and the project partners participating in it as well?
Sure. Thank you for talking to me today. So I'm a USDA scientist, and part of my USDA group's research is to learn how seed protein can be increased in soybean. And we're investigating why there are differences in seed protein among soybean varieties by studying nitrogen in the plant, because nitrogen is a key component of protein. We're also researching the impact that farm management practices like fertilizer application, fertilizer timing, and tillage could have on seed protein. The United Soybean Board provides funding for that research, and it's a collaboration between USDA researchers in Raleigh and in Florence, South Carolina.
How is this research going to benefit farmers? Is this a long-term project, or is there some short-term reward?
Both. So in the shorter term, and maybe hopefully a few years, if we can discover farm management strategies to improve seed protein, then farmers could choose to implement those practices without having to wait for new soybean varieties to be released. Soybean breeders are working very hard to develop new varieties that have both high yield and high protein, but crop breeding is a very long process that can take at least several years to release a new variety. So another benefit of our research is that if we have a really in-depth understanding of how seed protein is determined in the plant, in lots of different soils and weather conditions, it could be easier or more efficient for breeders to develop high-protein soybeans.
Dr. Locke, do you have any idea as far as access to high-yield, high-protein soybeans for growers across the country?
Well, I wish I could say for sure, but right now, public soybean breeders have some advanced test varieties in their pipelines that have competitive yield and significantly higher meal protein than the best conventional lines. And those could potentially be released in maybe the 2 to 5 year range. But right now, commercial soybean breeders haven't focused on protein quite as much yet. So it'll take a little longer for high protein soybeans to be released that also have patented commercial traits in them.
All right. Well, Doctor, thank you very much for taking the time to join us today. North Carolina State University USDA Assistant Professor Dr. Anna Locke on the phone with us today from Raleigh, North Carolina.